It's finally the day to do some fabric shopping. Let's go.
The wedding is just 6 weeks away, and I still have to pick the fabric for the 6 bridesmaid dresses. The fabric choice is probably the most important part because it's going to affect how these dresses drape, how they move, and how they photograph. So, let's go fabric shopping. This is episode 3 of the Bridesmaid series. The other crepe. These are white. This is nice though. So we have this. And this is crepe. There's your crepe satin. Where's the color? More like gold or orangey. There's crepe. And this here. And this have like this stretch. So I need like 50 something yards. 50 something yards in this. They're gonna check to see if they have more in the back.
How soon they need it for?
Like today.
So if
More
you
like last month, you know.
So if you don't have it, if Piaco have it, are you able to pick it up in Piaco? Piaco
Uh-huh.
Plaza?
It's the same price, huh? Yeah, it's not a problem. I don't want to go for the spin. I tried because I supposed to go for the spin now, but I was like, you know what, let me just check here first.
Don't take too long.
You wanna?
Right, no. It fits in on the 60 table.
Right, see, asking what that phone can do.
Right, I don't have a 40 table. You understand?
I know, catch her.
I'll show you what it looks like. Then I'll show you the top. Maggie. Alright. See if they have
50. She needed like today. So I've seen how much we have here.
Okay,
If
right.
not, she don't mind. You don't mind, right?
I don't want
She
to
don't mind going. She just don't want to go town.
Okay, alright. See how much you have for this and then we will know the difference, how much we get.
Alright.
Why am I saying the whole thing? don't want to take it, put it up.
You know the coolness we got.
47.
48.
Good, and I say 15.
All right.
We literally just had a senior moment where I thought 6 fours was 48, and so we took out 48 rolls, 48 yards. We only need 24. We're gonna buy 30 yards of fabric. We only need 24 yards of fabric, but we rolled out 48. Senior moment. We all had a senior moment in the store. All had a senior moment, guys. So we may be changing our plans and buying this after we reeled out 48 yards of stretch satin. I just find stretch satin is so thin, and this crepe satin has more body to it. However, it has no stretch in it, and so I'm a little worried about that. I'm just talking to my sister-in-law. She likes this, but I'm worried. I'm not too sure if they have enough yardage in this as well too. No, there's a good amount. But this has no stretch. This actually has absolutely no stretch in it. Not even on the bias is there stretch. So if I'm using this, I need to know exactly how I'm going to be using this to make sure it's comfortable so that they can sit and be, comfortable in their dress and be able to dance. I don't want any seams bursting. So, and it's soft. I think it folds well. It drapes well. I'm gonna have to definitely throw it in the wash to make it softer, but it has more body. This is interesting. And you can tell that the stretch satin is more light, more flimsy. So I'm torn between stretch and crepe now, and also with the fact that we just rolled out 48 yards of stretch satin. So I may buy a yard for good measure. So now we're thinking that if we're going with the stretch satin, which is actually very stretchy and clingy, we are wondering if it is we need to line it. So definitely, we're not wondering. It definitely needs to be lined, which means that we're gonna have to buy lining. I'm watching this here. This looks like something that could line that. It would look good. Underneath, this is actually Kiana, I think it is, and it's stretchy. So I'm wondering if that makes sense to line stretchy clingy with stretchy clingy. Does that even make sense? Or should I go with a more sturdy? Like this feels good. It's more sturdy. Should I go with something that gives it a lot of body? I'm kind of, I don't want to go with something that's stiff because then that makes no sense. If it's stiff, then persons are not going to be able to sit in the outfit. The outfit looks great on the outside, but then it just forfeits the whole stretchy purpose, right? So maybe we'll go with this. That way.
It's.
We are back home from this long shopping trip. So let me tell you, Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let's have a sat. Because why not? And let's have a conversation. Because we can. Okay. Went to the fabric store. You guys would have seen that. One of the things was I was waiting on the maid of honor because we needed to confirm the color type. Now, while I was doing that, I also too called my sister-in-law to see if it is she wanted to change the fabric type. One had stretch, one didn't. You guys saw that as well too, right? Yeah, guess which, like, we came up with the brilliant idea that, okay, how about you guys just wear shapewear? Just put on your shapewear under your clothing, and yeah, that's it. Let the shapewear do what it needs to do. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm excited about it, honestly. I just bought fabric. Not 48 yards though. We bought 26 yards of fabric to just ensure that we had enough. Look at that beauty. So one of the things that my sister-in-law wanted to make sure was that we're going with the champagne gold. We really needed to be champagne-y. The other fabric was gold and more like a rose gold. There's a more rose gold. There was more brown gold. There was a more yellow gold as well too. We just wanted straight up champagne gold, and that's what we got. So yeah, we did the thing. So I think one of the things that we were kind of worried about or thinking about was the transparency. Honestly, the stretch satin, it's very transparent. What's very interesting too is that these samples here, we did not buy any of these. We did buy, this is stretch satin here, but we did buy the lighter color in it, not this deep gold color. But this is very thin. So anything underneath your clothing would be able to show up on that. So we have to make sure that whatever shapewear that the girls are getting totally has nothing showing up on it. So we wanted to just make sure that that was okay. Okay. Also too, the stretch satin is very soft and very luxurious. And that was another thing too with when we were looking to see what it is we wanted. The crepe satin is actually kind of, it's stiffer than the stretch satin, but it's not exactly as soft as the stretch satin, and that was a thing. So yeah, eventually we just chose the stretch satin, just go with the original thing, because you don't want to end up buying something, spending a lot of money on it, and then wishing that we just went with the original plan. So yeah, do you find that looks weird over my head? It looks weird. It's a hanger. The stretch satin also drapes really nicely, and even when I was talking to the maid of honor, she as well too was saying that the stretch satin looks more luxurious. It gives that more vibe that, hey, it's bridal, you know, this is a bridal, this is the wedding. So we're pretty much like, yeah, let's do the stretch satin. One thing I must say about that, it's very wrinkly. Like, oh my god. So I'm gonna have to throw this into the washer, maybe, and see what happens. But we're not gonna be cutting into that at this point. We still have to do the prototypes and stuff, and that's, you know, what we're going to be doing. But I'm really excited, very happy that I got this. Now we have to go and buy notions, which would be the zippers, and we have to get thread for this fabric, so that's going to be bought next week. But that's it for fabric shopping. Very much a lot of fun, honestly. Then I thought it would just be like one and done, you know, in the beginning, I don't even think I said that in the beginning of the video, but in the beginning of in my mind, I was thinking that it's just in and out. You know, we just go in, we buy the fabric, we leave, we know exactly what we're coming for. It didn't work like that. I went in there. I literally did not even we weren't even going there. We were going in the same branch or the same store, just in a different branch. That's the first thing. And all I simply said was, you know what, let's just check first before, you know, we end up further down. That's all I said. Let's just check it and see. Ended up checking to see, got the fabric, ended up staying there longer than possible because I was waiting on the maid of honor. And then also too, we had like other fabric that I saw that I wanted to seek out. Called the bride, my sister-in-law, hey, we're doing this, we're seeing this, you know, what do you think? The crepe satin was actually much, like the body of it was just gorgeous. Like if we could have gotten that with stretch, that would have been just ideal. And it was like $10 cheaper, which is so yeah, waited for a while, unraveled the entire boat, 48 yards, thinking that 6x4 is 48 when it's not. Next time I'm just going to let my calculator do the maths for me, because clearly my brain ain't mathsing. The math was not mathsing. But anyways, all in all, we got our fabric, and that whole transaction took place so quickly in terms of the maid of honor reaching, we just deciphering if we were really going to buy whatever, call the bride, had a little query again, and like, yeah. And that was it. Paid for the fabric and we left. It took less than 15 minutes, I would say. That's crazy, honestly. But I probably spent about an hour to an hour and a half inside of there, because it's currently 3:42. I reached home like 3:20, and I left here about 1 o'clock. So do that maths, because I'm not gonna. But yeah, what I do want to know in the comments, would you go for a lighter fabric? So would you go for fabric A, which is this crepe satin, or would you go for fabric B, which is the stretch satin? Fabric A is structured and elegant, while fabric B is lighter and flowy. Let me know which fabric you would have chosen for your bridesmaids. And that's a wrap, people. I survived fabric shopping yet again. I don't think it's ready. You know what's also very interesting is that in the fabric store, I met two persons. The person who was dealing with us, she wanted to get something made. The thing about it is that she can sew, she just can't draft. So she wanted to know if I can help her to do that. And maybe I'll end up making whatever it is I need to make. Also too, I met another lady who took my number as well, my business number. So I made two connections. Two. That's exciting. I think I'm going to be going in the fabric stores more often and just spending 2 hours and see what happens. But yeah, that's about it. I survived. We found the perfect fabric for the bridesmaid dresses. Next week, I will be drafting patterns. And I'm making the first mock-up. That will be episode number 4. I can't believe it's episode number 4 already. I felt like I just started this. But yeah, I'm going to be making the first mock-up, and it's about to get real because we have less than a month to have these dresses ready. So make sure and subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next step on this journey. Now I just need about 30 hours extra in my week to really sew all these, because it ain't gonna be easy. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.